What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to talk a bit about Durastral because there have been some surprises for me, some changes to it, and well, I'm not sure if I'm necessarily too happy at the moment, I have to say. It's a bit confusing, I think. Well, first of all, what's it all about? Well, it's about the Mythic Charms. We talked about the Mythic Charms before. It's not for no reason that I have Brutus in the background. Brutus will be the #1 hero you wanna have once Mythic Charms release, once you get access to them, because he can get immortal, immune to damage for 12 seconds. If you have no idea about that, check out the video I made about him. Quite insane. Very happy that I got him to Supreme Plus now, but he is not necessarily the main point of this. We wanted to talk about the Mythic Charms. We can check them out, they are right here. They have those different stats, skill power and everything, and I assumed they would be released fairly soon. I think I said something about in 4 days, and well, it surely doesn't seem like that. For right now, I have to say there is another topic bothering me. I'm still at 8, 9 actually unlocked today. It is server season day 20, actually today exactly. I'm at 634 out of 700, and I have no idea what they thought about it and what they were considering when they made this jump, because it's such a huge jump from the stages, going from 630 to 700. 630 was the requirement for 8, for this one, for 8. It was 630. And right now we jump from here to 700, and I have to say I did record a video today, a longer video, with quite a bit of effort, which you won't find on this channel though. It will be on another YouTuber's channel actually, because I was a guest in a collab video. Will be released tomorrow. I will advertise it, I guess, a bit on my Discord once it is released. It was quite fun. I'm very happy, I'm pretty hyped actually that you guys will see that. But we were also talking about this topic, and I wanted to add a little bit to it because it didn't leave me alone. 70 stages. The game is called AFK Journey. AFK in it, like 70 stages with everything in it. If we check that out, I mean, like some stages, if you have the power right now, are pretty powerful. Sometimes you can click on it and the stage basically clears itself. But oftentimes something like this happens, your Arden gets cleared, and then your setup is not good enough for the stage, and then you have to find a proper setup for it, or just check out the details of the last time it was actually cleared. And then you set up this setup and hope that it clears it, and maybe you make a small mistake. Overall, it sometimes just needs pretty much a long time to clear it, unless you are very overpowered, which for those stages you often aren't. Really, for some of those stages which I needed to unlock Durastral, it has taken me multiple attempts. Sometimes I need a synergy battle if there was a really tough stage, and not always could I just click it and it was cleared. So I really needed to check out those setups, check out, okay, what are they doing here? Okay, it's a setup with teleporting iron over to the enemy, I know that one. And then I set this up and I clear it, and I would say for those 70 stages, I would have estimated something like 3 to 4 hours, I reckon. And that is quite a lot for an AFK game. And interestingly enough, I asked a friend from Discord server actually, and he wasn't as lazy as I am. He actually cleared the 700 stages, and he sent me a screenshot of the requirements for the next challenge. And those are fairly interesting, because as you remember, for this one it's 700. It was season day 20, which was a 2-day difference to the last one. It was so from 630 to 700, 630, day 18, 700, day 20. We now jump to the next one for stage 10, which is this. It is clear floor 9, so for 10 we see it here. Reach season AFK progress 750, so we went from 730, from 700 to 750. So another pretty big jump, but this time around, server season day 25, and you can see it there already, 20 out of 25, 5-day difference now to the next stage, which was very confusing to me. From the 2-day difference we now go to 5 days, which, I mean, okay, in a way, bit easier for me to do, because after 5 days I will definitely clear 50 stages, that is definitely possible for me. But then again, the power gap between those stages, like between one stage and another, that's pretty consistent. Unless the enemies are more difficult, which can result in power spikes, you usually see a quite steady power increase of those stages. So giving us 5 days now with the same power gain that we had before, because our power gain is mainly fueled by resonance. It's fueled by our AFK gain we gain from our AFK stages. We actually have way more power gain within those stages. If I now wait probably for the end of those 5 days, clear the 50 stages, then I can probably auto battle it. I set up an Iron Carolina comp and auto battle it to the end, I reckon, because that will be probably where my power is at that point. I'm not sure I'm too happy with it. I mean, while I didn't like the approach they took before, while I didn't necessarily like this grinding it out, taking a lot of time, sometimes taking 2-3 hours. I made an entire live stream one day for the Duras Trial stages. I mean, 5 days seems a little bit insane. Beyond that, there is another point. I said that stage 10 will be the one where we see Mythic Charms. Why did I say that? Well, let's check this out. We're back here in the game and this is how it looks. So basically for the first one, for the purple rarity, 1 chest, 2 chest, 3 chest, next rarity. 1 chest, 2 chest, 3 chest, next rarity. That was the rhythm. So now I said, okay, we have 1 chest here, next one will be 2, then we get 3, then we get next rarity. Okay, so far so good. So 1 chest, 2 chest, 3 chest, 10 should be the next rarity, but we saw 10 before. 10 is not next rarity, 10 is 3 chest again. So the question really is, will 11 be the next one, or will we see something after that? And do we have a 5-day gap between 10 and 11 as well? So while I expected us to be able to get Mythic Charms in 2 days, that might have just, well, 10 or more even. Because if it's just the next stage where we get it and there is a 5-day difference again, we're already at 10 days till we see it. But it may be even further in the back, so we don't really know that. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really like that. I'm not sure why this is the case. I was very, very hyped for the Mythic Charms, and now, yeah, they are delayed and we can't really see until when they are delayed. Because, well, we can't really see the next floors. We have to unlock the previous floor. Right now, the furthest one that we could see was like 10. So further than that is sadly impossible. For me personally, today I have to say I don't really find the time to clear 700 stages. So I will do my sweep actually not on the 9th one, but on the 8th one. We still have to clear the 8th one, by the way, which we will probably do in this video. There has been one change though that I really like. In one of my recent videos, I was a bit struggling. You can actually check that out as well. So this is the video 135 Dino Summons. I did the Dino Summons first. We'll continue with that pretty soon, by the way. And then we went into the Gale Treasure Challenge, into the Duras Trial, and tried to clear some more stages. And I was I got pretty devastated by this stage 6, which was a single iron. We can let the video run for a little bit. I was a bit cocky there, I have to say. I thought I could clear it quite easily. Single iron, I mean, it doesn't look that menacing. I thought I could clear it fairly easily, and it absolutely destroyed my team and was an insane power peak, because this iron there was actually stronger than the next hero, on stage 7. So I thought would be no problem. We can check out this one fight. Yeah, I mean, I think I used like 5-6 attempts. First thought, okay, just lose merrily, do some boss DPS, Kruger in there, easy going. Do I change the artifact? I'm not even sure. Use some up heroes at least. I mean, that is probably still a good idea. But to clear this, you needed Coco, which I didn't know at that time. And this guy was insane. He was now nerfed actually. So very, very good change. Very, very good change. Very necessary, and we'll see that in a second, because this guy, yeah, is no fun at all. And I think I built 4 teams, or set up 4 different teams, and he one-shot them all or 2-shot them all. And yeah, Star Shard spell, quite a good suggestion. You can see now the first ult. Once we hit the first ult, my team will magically vanish. There it is. And yeah, that was already my Alsa gone. And we see the second ult, and my team does no longer look that great. actually do some damage, but he has quite a big HP pool, so he gets this forwards. He also has some dodge, by the way, so even if you think you can hit him, you can't hit him. And this guy destroyed a lot of people, and there were a lot of complaints about it, and yeah, so even I struggled there with a pretty good team, I have to say. Some Paragon heroes in there, you could see the lineup right there. Wasn't enough, wasn't even close to being enough to clear this guy. The solution in the end was Cascade Spell, the artifact that gives you energy at the start of the round, and Coco. So to give Coco the energy to do her ult before he can do his ult. That worked and was quite nice when we wanted to work, but if you don't own Coco, then you had a big problem there. So that guy was actually nerfed, quite a good change, I have to say. Still, I'm a bit confused about the change to the distance between the stages. There is some people that say like the difference in the AFK stages. Sometimes you need to clear 50, sometimes it's 70, sometimes it's just 20. That is something that is confusing to a lot, it's also confusing to me. And I didn't really find a rhythm behind there. But really, I think, I'm not too sure. I think some communication is in order. What's the idea here? I saw some people complaining about something else entirely, and that is something I want to show you. And for that I want to show you guys OD, because what they complain about right now, and what I've heard from some big whales actually, because big whales are pretty competitive about their gameplay. They want to be at the top of Dream Realm, they want to be at the top of everything really. And one thing that keeps them from it are actually the charms, because if you are lucky with the charms currently, and you get the full epic set like I have, or even, which is right now also possible, the legendary set, which will gives you this bottom effect, you get quite a big power boost in damage actually, which is nice. I like that. I like that part, that is pretty cool, but it is based purely on luck. If you get the legendary charm for OD, or if you get the legendary charm for Corrin or something like that, it depends on your luck. You can influence a little bit by the challenge that you pick. If you go into battle modes, if you go to Duras Trial, all of those challenges have a certain set associated to it. In this case, we have the Marksman Charm bonus if we clear this stage right now. I hope this is just cleared on one click, because I don't really want to set up a better team. Oh, I did hear that. Yeah, so if you clear that right now, you will get a few Marksman Charm chests. If you then sweep this stage, you will actually have a higher chance of getting Marksman Charms. This chance, however, not that great. And I mean, you can't necessarily focus on getting Marksman Charms, because you can't save up the Duras Trial tokens, so you have to use them at one point, which will make you saving up for efforts a bit in vain. So the only thing you can really do is hope for the best. And if that decides you're damaged, well, then you have a little bit of a problem. That worked out fairly well, by the way. Because if you don't get the OD ones, then, well, oh, we got one. Then it doesn't really matter how hard you tried. In the end, you will do less damage than somebody that is a lot weaker, but got more lucky than you. I think we only need one single OD one. Can we be lucky here? That would be very nice. Yeah, and often those challenges don't even give you marksman stuff. I mean, we see some marksman in there, but for example, Carolina is a mage, that's not even a marksman. And then you get the Bloody Owl or Atalanta or some heroes that you don't really need, and you have no way of building them, because this recycling and rebuilding mechanic that they introduced, well, it's not really in the game there. We have the golden essence, it's not there, but it's not released yet, and we don't know when it's going to be released. There is no communication on that, there is no news on that, so that's something, in my opinion, well, a bit weird. Some information we are surely lacking right now, and that I would like to see. And some people are really annoyed about that. I can understand that just having bad luck and therefore being outperformed is quite unfortunate, and something that I would certainly also not really appreciate. Yeah, so I hope they find a solution for that. In the past, if I looked at some of the issues, there was often a solution in the future that they just didn't tell us about. So I hope it's the same here, but right now I can understand why it feels bad for some people. Let's get this last OD piece, please. That would be rather nice. No, Diana. Oh, I'll take Diana. But it would have been nice to get that OD piece, because it's really just the left piece now. That would have been mad, actually. It's also a bit of RNG. I mean, it's gacha in the end. Like, that is something that speaks maybe the opposite, for the opposite side. Gacha having some luck. Luck is always a thing in those games, I guess. It's not like you just buy your stuff and then it's done. Sometimes you get 2 red pieces on an owl and then you have 1. I mean, that, think about it. If that was just OD and I had 2 red pieces and I just this blue piece, it would be completely pointless. I have no effect on that guy. So, I mean, if you just don't get that last piece, you can be pretty much, yeah, you can be in a very bad position. Pretty much screwed, I would say, because just for the sheer sake of being very unlucky. So I think a lot of people would have just appreciated there was some way to just go in here to say, okay, upgrade, and I can use my golden essence I get from recycling to just upgrade those. We even have red essence here, check this out. For red essence, for the red pieces that we can't use because we got duplicates of them, we now get red essence, the crimson essence. Used to exchange for magic charms. Yeah, but the option isn't in the game, we don't have it. So, yeah. Some things that I grind my gears at the moment, but that's about it. If you guys want to check out the channel of a famous YouTuber, then I recommend you go to Zebo. There might be a video there tomorrow. I think he said he wants to try to make it tomorrow or the day after. I will post it on Discord. It will be a very nice collab. Just mention it towards the end of the video, so the people that really appreciate the videos know about it. But I will post it tomorrow as well. Will be pretty fun. Tell me your opinion about magic charms and those entire topic and the delay and everything down in the comments below. I'm pretty curious about this. Personally, I hope there is some kind of update in the future, because right now it all seems a little bit weird. There are those loose ends, open ends with Crimson Essence and everything, and hope they find some news, find some update to tie all of this together and give it a little bit of sense. But we'll see what happens in future. Till then, I wish you guys a great day and we'll see us in the next one.